Hiya love, you're right. So it's been a long time coming because people have asked me quite a bit about this, but I thought I'd share with you. Oh, do I make a tea now or do I chat to you first because the kettle's just boiled? Do I do it at the same time? Go make a cup of tea. I thought I'd chat to you sort of like the fundamentals. Hold on, maybe I'll put you here. The fundamentals of like how I ate throughout recovery and sort of like what I would suggest for other people. This is Christmas, yes. Not my flat. Charlotte, whose flat apartment this is, hasn't been back since before Christmas, and it is on my list to sort of like sort it out for her. But you know, I'm just enjoying the Christmas vibes right now. Anyway, yeah. So I thought I'd share with you sort of like how I've told you. Anyway, food. So rule number one. Is there enough in here? Yeah. Rule number one is sort of try to eat within 30 minutes of waking up and do not train fasted. So the reason why we shouldn't train fasted as females, especially in recovery, especially if you've had like some sort of like hormone issue, is basically when we wake up in the morning, our cortisol levels are at its highest. Plus, if you think that we haven't been eating for say, what, like 10 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, depending on how long you had sleep, depending on when your last meal was, that's a hella long time to go without food while your body is trying to recover from stress and low energy availability. So try to wake up, eat within 30 seconds of waking up, and don't work out fasted. If you are deciding to then, I might just stay here, I feel like a teacher, I quite like it. If you've then decided that you are going to do some form of workout, you want to make sure that whatever you're eating before has a good source of carbohydrates. Now, Rena McGregor, who I worked with, recommended something like if it's going to be like really long duration of cardio, which you shouldn't be doing in recovery anyway, you want to have a fair bit, good amount of carbs. If you're going to do sort of like a power yoga or like a low intensity style workout or a walk or something like that, then you could go for something like a fruit juice or an energy ball. For me personally, I woke up and I had energy balls or like breakfast biscuits, like these, you see them? Stuff like that. But I'm a real big fan of making energy balls and having those. I haven't got any left, I need to make some more. I also need to go and get them from the ingredients. Then I would have a coffee, go for a walk, work out or whatever. Then when I got back, or when I get back, or whenever you get back, I don't quite know what person I'm talking about this in, have a proper breakfast. Now, if you've just worked out, you want to make sure you're having protein and carbs like sort of within half hour of you working out. I just pulled my trousers off if you're wondering what I was doing. Within half hour of getting back. Now, when we say carbs as well, yes, fruit and vegetables are carbs, but you really do want to sort of start prioritizing starchy carbs. If you're like me and have a history of sort of like restricting your food, then reintroducing some of your fear foods around now. So for example, oats for me personally was a massive fear food. So that was the one thing that I really wanted to bring into, or I knew I needed to bring into my diet a bit more. Bread was also another. So I would come back from my workout or from my walk or whatever and have protein oats, eggs on toast, yogurt and granola, beans on toast, sausage sandwich. Oh, I fancy a heck sausage sandwich. Might have one of those tomorrow morning if I go food shopping in after I've chatted to you. Yeah, so then I'd have a proper meal as like my recovery meal. Then I wouldn't wait until lunch either. A few hours after that, I would then go to have another snack. Now, Rini and Holly Dunn Nutrition did really recommend and really emphasize the importance of dairy when you're trying to get your period back. So if this is you, then having some form of dairy would be really good here. It's predominantly calcium, right? So if you can get it from a vegan Sauce, fine, but it's just really, really difficult. Yogurt, granola would be a good one here. Like an apple and peanut butter would be a good thing here. Just a snack that's gonna like keep you going, and if you can focus it around dairy, then great. Then lunchtime, you want to think that you are still recovering from this workout. Our bodies can take up to like 72 hours to recover from a workout, and if you are working out while recovering from amenorrhea, then you're already in quite a bit of a like deficit, so you're going to have to really make up for it. When you come to having your lunch, again, I would really challenge my sort of fear foods. So bread was a big one for me here. Also, jacket potatoes and sweet potato. Potato was just a big thing that any sort of starchy carbs for me was a big thing that I really didn't want to eat. So it was sort of like all about challenging that. So I would have sausage sandwich, burgers, what else would I have? Eggs on toast, beans on toast, a jacket potato with sort of any form of delight, any form of topping. I'm not a big fan of tuna. Beans was a good one. What else could you have on top of a jacket? What do people have on jacket potatoes these days? I haven't had one in ages, actually. Chili. I used to do chili quite a bit. So you want to think proper meal. I'm not talking chicken salad. I'm thinking starchy carbs, protein, and a fat source. So if I was going to have a salad or something with lots of veggies, I would probably do roasted veg and do like, actually, that's a good idea for dinner. But if I was going to have a salad, then I'd make sure I'd have like some form of rice in there. I was about to pick up a bag of rice, but remembered I used it yesterday. So, like half a bag of rice, a salad, and then a protein source as well. Chicken thighs are quite a good protein source and fat source as well if you are someone that eats meat, or you can do sort of like tofu and avocado and something like that. Then that's just a really nice balanced meal. My battery is apparently about to die. That's really annoying. Anyway, a few hours later, around mid-afternoon, I'd go for another snack. Now, this could be sort of like a protein shake and something, maybe like a cereal bar. You could be baking vegan treats. You could have, I don't know, yogurt and granola again. I don't know why I always go back to that. Hummus and carrot sticks, hummus and crackers, another bowl of porridge. I'm trying to think of other things. Again, I would focus around like a carbohydrate source and a protein source to help you recover from your workout. If you do eat dairy, then cool, just making sure you're getting a bit of carbs. Then I would have dinner. Now, a great dinner that was always a big go-to for me was roasted veg, including root vegetables, so like butternut squash, carrots, sweet potato, that kind of thing. Loads drizzled in oil of choice. I think I alternated between coconut oil and olive oil and sesame oil. Sesame oil is really good. I always cook in sesame oil if I'm doing like a stir fry. Bung that in the oven and I would make up a shit ton of it. Then have a protein source on top of that. So whether that was like a chicken breast or I was doing some sort of like tofu or something or other, I would keep half of the root veg again for the lunch for the next day and then eat that, and then I would have a dessert as well. Now again, really was a big focus around increasing my dairy intake. This was all before I went vegan for that year, which I'm now not a vegan. I'm just sort of living my life with no labels. I still don't eat that much dairy, but I am trying to increase it. I don't know. The yogurt makes me feel a bit sick. So yeah, TBC on that. That's for a different story. Then I would have some sort of dessert. So yeah, so whether that was like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something like a yogurt bar or some ice cream, whether that is Halo Top if you want to go for the low calorie one. I don't care, just get it in you. Chocolate was a good one. Another cake of some sort. I went for a stage of making my own crumble. So literally mix berries and apples in the oven, and then I'd take it out and put like 50 grams of oats, which had been like mixed in butter and sweetener over the top. Use sugar if you want. Crumpled over the top, then stick it back in the oven, and then I'd have an outpro pot on top of that. The outside's gone really dark. Then, and then I'd have a hot chocolate just before I went to bed, and that kind of summed up my day really. Now, you've got to bear in mind that was sort of like a Monday to Friday. And also, I should say, at some point in that day, I was really trying to have a fear food. So whether that was at like my 4 p.m. snack, I was going to have a chocolate bar or something like that. I was trying to like really actively trying to make myself not be scared of food and just sort of see them all as active. Now, we can also, it's really important for me to say, we can get really caught up in sort of like following that recovery protocol. And people message me and be like, oh my God, but I'm like going out for a meal, and or like I'm going out for brunch, and then I don't know what to eat for dinner. Chill. Now is the time for you to live your life. So if you skip a snack because you went out for lunch, or yeah, say you went out for a late lunch and you ate at like 3 o'clock and you normally snack at 4 o'clock, so it meant you missed a snack, and then it was like, don't worry, just live your life. Just live your life. All I would just say is just make sure you don't go like long periods of time without a food source, and then just make sure it's focused around like carbohydrates, fear foods, having a good balance of protein and fats and getting those starchy carbs in, because that is what's going to help recovery. And I think that's all I've got to say. I hope that video helps. Obviously everyone is different. I just thought I'd share my sort of story, like what I would eat based off working with Freddie McGregor. Yeah, you got to find what's work for you, but no fasted, eat every 2 to 3 hours, prioritize carbs, get good amount of calcium and protein in. Eat, have I said fear foods? I might have already said that. Have a dessert, and make sure your meals are massive, like good meals. None of this starving yourself shit anymore. You're over that, all right? Okay, love you, bye.